Hello, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me? Harshit Goel, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, now we will start today's lab. So it is your first lab, and this lab is based on signals and system. So in signals and system, we basically design some signals and analysis about the signals, what type of signal is this, and how it looks like, and about system also. So this lab is based on that, and this MATLAB is basically for different used for different purpose, for communication, for biomedical, for image processing, and many more applications are there for the MATLAB. So now we will start this MATLAB. So before to start, let me introduce myself. I am Pravindra Kumar, and I am assistant professor in ECE department, and I did my PhD from IIT Mandi in optical communication, and my research area is quantum optical communication and Li-Fi technology. So here the MATLAB, basically MATLAB is the name is because the basic elements in the MATLAB is the matrix or array, you can say. So the meaning of MATLAB, matrix laboratory, and that's why it is known as MATLAB. Array or matrix, it may be two types, one dimensional and two dimensional. So before to design code in MATLAB, we should understand about the matrix, what the matrix, the one dimensional array or two dimensional array. One dimensional means it may be single row or maybe single column, and two dimensional, there may be more than one row and more than one column. So in there is a row or column of the number of one dimensional array represent this represent basically vector, you know, and the collection of number of arranged in row and columns, the numbers arranged in row and columns, this is two dimensional. And you can see MATLAB, in MATLAB, there are some built-in functions, or you can write your function and they will work as a built-in function. So these functions may be 2D, 3D, cloud, lighting, animation, audio, video, linear algebra, signal processing, many more applications, many more inbuilt functions are there. And also toolbox, there are many toolbox. When you go in the help of this MATLAB, there is toolbox, and there, nowadays there are more than 80 toolbox are available. And these toolbox, most popular toolbox are signal processing, statistics, control system, system identification, neural networks, communication, symbolic mathematics, image processing, and many more toolbox are there in MATLAB. And so when MATLAB opens by default, it opens three windows: command window, workspace, and command history window. So when you open your window, MATLAB, so it will have, this is the command window where you will write your functions. And this is your current window, current folder. And in current folder, it will show you the files that are stored in .m form. And in the workspace, you will find here whatever you will write, just like you have given x is equal to 2 in this. So answer will be x is equal to 2. So in the variable x, name of variable x and value is 2. So it will show you the value of variable which you defined in the command window. It will show in this workspace. So all variables and their values will be here. So when you open this command window, this MATLAB, there are basically three windows open: command window, current window, and workspace. So can you tell me, have you downloaded the MATLAB or not till now? Yes, anyone? IUC, can you tell me?
Yes, sir, we have downloaded.
Okay, if you have not downloaded, then I will send you a link how to download, and I will send this link to the CR or GR of this group, and how to there are some instruction how to download the MATLAB. So after downloading MATLAB, you can easily work side by side uh, when I'm when I'm teaching you. Then you can side by side practice on the MATLAB. So I will send you this that PDF. There's instruction how to download. So now we come to the topic. So there are three command windows, and basically there are total 8 windows in MATLAB. Command window, you know about this, I told you. Command history window, workspace window. These three windows are opened by default. Editor window means when you have written a program, and you will save in some space in your memory, then it will open just like in new script or new. When you type this, then some uh, editor window will open, and you can write program there and save that window. So this is okay. Now the help window, there is help window also available, from where you can find different toolbox and how to write program, what is the meaning of that command. So if you have written some type of command there, just like you have written semi plot in their command, so what does it mean? CLC, CLEAR. So what does the meaning of these different commands? You can check from the help window. Launchpad window. So launchpad window will launch the window, and current directory window. Current directory window, you know about this. You can say, uh, as I told you, this will show you the current directory where you are. And so now, just like in your window, command window here, if you type there 2 plus 2, then by default, it will show you the answer in variable a and s. And the answer is 4. But when you give the some variable to some calculation, 2 pi r square, r is 15, so the answer will be area is equal to 14.5. Here you have given the variable, and the value of variable will be the value. Here you can also write x is equal to 2 plus 2. Then your answer will be x is equal to 4. Now in this case, there is by default a and s, but when you give the name of variable, then the value will store in the variable x. Just like as a minute. Here you can see this is command window, and if I write 2 plus 2 on the prompt, then oh sorry 2 plus 2, then answer will be 4. So you can see here the variable by default variable ans, and the value in this is 4. And you can see on the workspace window the name of variable ans, and the value of that variable is 4. So here again, if I write x is equal to 2 plus 2, then the value 4 will be stored in variable x now. And you can see on the workspace the name of variable x 1 is to 1 array. It is 1 is to 1 array. 1 is to 1 means only one element in the array is there, and the value is 4. 1 is to 1. Now if I type another, y is equal to if I write 2 is to the power 2 plus log pi into sine x. So here, because this variable you have already defined, x is 4. So when you write this command, the random variable x, which is previously stored in the workspace, it will pick up from that workspace the value of random variable x and will give you the value of y. And the value of y, it will be p.1337. So you can see it is variable in workspace 1 is to 1 means only one element, and the value is this array is 3.1337. So here you can see for addition you will use this symbol plus, for subtraction you will use minus, for multiplication you will use this, and for division and for exponential, or you can say power, you will use this command. And as I told you, the by default the value is stored in ans, and if you assign a value of some particular assign a variable to some particular expression, then the value of that will store in x. And here, yeah, I have shown you already. So these are some operations involved here. Example first, 2 is to the power 5 by 2 is to the power 5 minus 1. This is expression you have to write in MATLAB. So you can write in MATLAB 2 is to the power 5 divided by 2 is to the power 5 minus 1, like this. If you write this expression in MATLAB like this, because divide, it is given by this symbol. So just like if I write in MATLAB, if I write it as 2 is to the power 2 divided by 2 is to the power, this is in bracket, 2 is to the power 5 minus 1. Then you can find out the answer. It will be 2 is to the power 5 is there now. 2 is to the power 5 divided by 2 is to the power 5 minus 1. So the answer will be 1.0323. And here, next question is 3 into under root 5 minus 1 divided by under root 5 plus 1 whole square minus 1. So here, for the under root, you can write a command sqrt x. This means under root x. So for this, you can write the command 3 into sqrt 5 minus 1 and divide by sqrt 5 plus 1 whole square minus 1. This is minus 1. So using this, you can find out your answer. So like this. So here, just like you can see, your command window is totally filled with different commands. So you can use here CLC command. It will clear command window. This command window where you are working, it will clear that window just like this. So if you type CLC, it will clear the command window. But here in workspace, you have seen that the value of variable x, y, and ans is here still. So this is not deleted. So if you type x here, the value is 4. It recall from the workspace, the value is 4. But if you write z, because z is undefined, it will give you error because this is not defined still. So you have defined in the workspace whatever you have defined. So if in at this point, if you press CLEAR, so the beauty of this command clear is it will clear also the variables and their values which are stored in a workspace. So it will clear just like this. So now the if you press X, it will not recall because the value of random this variable X is gone. So here you can see if you press CLC, the command window is clear. And if you press CLEAR, it will remove all variables from the memory. All variables are removed here, you can see. So now I'm coming to that point. The question was 3 into SQRT 5 minus 1 divided by SQRT 5 whole square of this SQRT 5 plus 1 and whole square of this and minus 1. So The answer is minus 0.6459. And another question, you can see it is area. You know, area is pi r square, and the value of r is pi is to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. So you can write this as pi, pi. In MATLAB, the pi is written as pi into r square. R is pi is to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 r square, this thing. So you can easily write this thing. Area is equal to pi into pi is to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 whole square, and the answer is 0.6781. So small calculation, you can use the command for these small calculation arithmetic operation. So the answer is, you can see on your screen, these are the answers. So as I told you, CLC, it will clear the command window, and clear, it will remove all variables from the memory. And now the exponential and logarithmics. So here e is to the power 3, you can see e is to the power x. In MATLAB, you can write exp x, and natural log x, you can simply write log x, the meaning of this natural log. And if you have log x base 10, the meaning of this, so you can write log, this is base log 10 and the value. So e is to the power 3 means exp, exponential with variable 3. You can write like this. Log e is to the power 3, log, natural log. So you can write log exp 3, and log 10, 10 is to the power 5. Log 10, 10 is to the power 5. You can write this. And e is to the power pi under root 163. You can write it as e is to the power exponential with the variable, and the value is pi into square root sqrt 163. And also for this, 3 is to the power x is equal to 17 for x, and the solution is x is equal to log 17 by log 3. So basic task you can write here. This is x, it will be log 17, because natural log, you can write this as simply log x divided by log 3. So you can find out the value using these commands. Just like here, first question was e is to the power 3. So exp, and the with variable 3. So you can see the answer 20.0855. Next was natural log is to the power 3. Natural log means log simply, and exponential 3, exp 3. So the answer is 3. And you know log is to the power 3 means your answer is 3, you know, from the mathematics. And another question was log 10. Wait a minute. Now another question is log 10. 10 is to the power 5. So log base 10 and 10 is to the power 5. 10 is to the power 5. So answer is 5. And next was e is to the power pi under root 163. So e exponential pi into x sqrt 163. So the answer is, and next was x is equal to log e17 by log e3. So I can write x is equal to log 17 divided by log 3. Oh, this is answer 2.5789. So like this, you can clear this, clear workspace. So you can see these are the answers, and next trigonometrical. Here sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec, and inverse, arc, sine, arctan, etc. These are the some functions. So you have to find out sine pi by 6, cos pi, and tan pi by 2. So simply you can write sine pi by 6, cos pi, tan pi by 2. You can find out the value. Sine square. So here for the sine square pi by 6, you can write sine pi by 6 and whole square of this. You should not write like this sine square pi by 6. Sine square means this is sine square pi by 6. You will not write like this. It will give you error because it will understand that the power of sine is this, not the power of sine pi by 6. So there is difference between these. And y is equal to cos square, cos hyperbolic square, x minus sine hyperbolic. So simply you can write cos hx for this whole square. So just check this. sine pi by 6. Answer is this. Cos pi. Cos pi. Answer is this. Tan pi by 2. This is answer. Next is sine square pi by 6 plus cos square pi by 6. So it will be sine pi by 6 and whole square of this plus cos pi by 6 whole square. The answer is 1. And you know also this thing sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Another was cos hyperbolic square x minus sine hyperbolic square x, and x is equal to 32 pi. So for this case, you can write as you can see, x is already defined. So first of all, you have to define x, or you can directly write the value of x is here. Means the first criteria maybe you can first define x. X is equal to 32 into pi. So you have defined the value of x. Now you can write y is equal to cos hyperbolic x square minus sine square. So the answer is 0. And you can also write this program as y is equal to, if you are not going to define previously the value of this variable x, so you can write cos hyperbolic. So here you have to define the value of x, and x is 32 into pi, and minus sine 32 into pi square. Answer is 0. So this is your choice. If you, but basically the best way is to predefine the random variables. That's why, because there may be chances to discrepancy in writing some program. So if you initially write or define the random this variable, then it will be easy for you to use the commands. So these are the answer. Now complex number. You know complex number where imaginary means you can say imaginary root and root minus 1 is there. Just like complex number can be written as in real and imaginary 2 plus 5i. So this is in MATLAB, it is simply written 2 plus 5i. And 5i, for this you can write in this way also, 5 into I. So you can find out the value of 1 plus 3i by 1 minus 3i. So you can simply write 1 minus 3i by 1, 1 plus 3i by 1 minus 3i. And next question is to the power I pi by 4. So simply you can write e means exponential is to the exponential I into pi by 4. And exponential pi by 2i and exponential pi by 2i. So here these are two different things. The meaning of this here, it is e to the power pi by 2 into I. And here the meaning is e to the power pi by 2i. So be careful about this, what you are going to write. So first of all, this and multiply this. And here pi by 2i, this is complete. So these are two different things. Here you can write also this is to the power. If I multiply divide, and it will be minus pi by 2i. This means whatever the value of this, it will give you the value of e to the power minus. So this is difference. And you know, e to the power x is cos x plus I sin x. And for this case, it will be cos x minus I sin x. So for this case, it will be cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. And for this case, you will get cos pi by 2 minus I sin pi by 2. So there is much difference between these two commands. So be careful about your writing the code. Otherwise, there will be some error or some result will not match. Just like if I write these commands here, first was 1 plus 3i by 1 minus 3i. So 1 plus 3i, this is 1 in numerator, and this is 1 minus 3i. The answer is this. You can see the real part is minus 0.8 and the imaginary part is 0.6. And next was e to the power I pi by 4. E exponential I into pi by 4. So this is answer, real and imaginary part. You can also write e to the power pi by 4 I means cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. So you can find out pi by 4 means under root, and this means 0.707. So you can check this. And another difference between the difference x is to the power pi by 2 into I or is to the power pi by 2i. So first of all, exp is to the power pi by 2 into I. So it will give you cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. So cos pi by 2 means 0 and sin pi by 2 means 1. So the answer is, you can see only sine form 1i. And if I write exp pi by 2i, So now it will be cos pi by 2 minus I sine pi by 2, as I told you. So you can see minus 1i. So this is different thing.
So,
Hello, yes.
so can you please explain the reason why it's minus 1i?
Oh,
Again, I skipped
oh,
that portion.
okay. Actually, when you write exponential pi by 2 into I, okay. So here the meaning is pi by 2 into I, or you can write e to the power ix. This x means this. So you can write cos pi by 2 plus I sine pi by 2 from this formula. E to the power ix means cos x plus I sine x. You know this thing. So if I write this is 0 and this is 1, so you will get answer is I. Now, but if I write cos pi by 2i, so here the meaning is e to the power pi by 2i, and here the meaning was e to the power pi by 2 into I. So I into x, you have used this formula. But here pi by 2i, 2i is combinedly known as. But if you write here multiplication, this means pi by 2, it will read first pi by 2, then multiply by I. So using that formula, it is 1. But here, this is pi by 2i. So I can write it as e to the power minus pi by 2i by multiply divided by I. So you can write e to the power minus pi by 2i. So now you have e to the power minus x. The meaning of this is cos x minus I sine x. You know this thing. So e to the power minus I pi by 2 means cos pi by 2 minus I sine pi by 2. And pi by 2 is 1. This is 0. So you will get minus 1. Got it or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So these are some trigonometrical problem how you will handle in MATLAB command window. So I'm just showing you the simplest expression, and you will use these expression to write your some signals, and we will start these later about signals. And these are the some answers of this. This is I and this is minus I. Okay, so now yes. So till now you have seen that matrix is basically array, and matrix meaning matrix MATLAB, and the array it is one dimensional and two dimensional. So if we discuss about one dimensional means till now we have studied only the array which is having only one element. Actually what we have done x is equal to 2. This is single element, but in matrix you will read it as it is 1 is to 1 array, means only one element in the array. And one dimensional means there is one row with different elements, different random variables. So just like vector, it may be column vector or row vector. So one dimensional means there may be vector form. To create a row vector, type the element with a space or a comma between elements inside the square bracket. Just like if you write x is equal to 1, 2, 3 with space is there, then it will generate the variable x. The value of variable x is 1, 2, and 3. So this is basically a row matrix, row vector, or you can say the matrix only with the one row and 3 columns. So it is 1, 2, 3. 3 elements are there in this random variable. So only simply write the number and space or comma. You can also write 1, 2, 3. It's your choice. And now column vector. To create column vector, type left square bracket and then enter the elements with a semicolon between them, or press the enter key after each element and type the right square bracket after the last element. Just like if I want to generate a column matrix in, so y will be 2, this is first bracket, 2 semicolon 1 semicolon 5. So it will generate the column matrix 2, 1, 5. If I write 1, 2, 1, 5 like this, so it will give you 2, 1, 5 row. If you write in between, then it will give you 2, 1, 5 column matrix. And you can also write this command as y is equal to 2, then press enter, then you will come on the next line 1, 5, and then this. You can also find this thing. Just like you can write in this x is equal to 1 space 2 space 3. It will generate this 1, 2, 3 matrix. And you can see here this variable 1 is to 3, 1 row, 3 column. Yeah. And this is 3, the value of these 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you write x, y is equal to 1, 2, 3, it can also give you, if you are not going to type space between these numbers, and if you write comma, then it will give you the same value. Now, if I write z is equal to 1, 2, 3, then it will give you the column matrix, column vector. Also, I can write another variable. This is 1, enter, next line. This is first, second, third, and bracket. You can also generate this thing, semicolon, otherwise enter key for the column vector, or you can also use semicolon in between the elements. So this is one thing. Now you can add two vector of the same size. Just like you have written x in previously, x was 1, 2, 3. So x was 1, 2, 3. And z is 2, 1, 0. So you can add a is equal to x plus z. So it will add element by element, 3, 3, and 3. One more thing, if you are having apply the variable and use semicolon in this, just like if you write this, the answer will not appear, but it will be in your like, just like if I write x is equal to 1, 2, 3. So it will show you the answer is on the command window. In workspace, you can see the value of random variable. In workspace, it is 1, 2, 3. And you can also the answer on the command window simultaneously. But if I press y is equal to 1, 2, 3, this thing, and use in last semicolon in every line. So it will not appear, it will come to the prompt command, but it will not appear on the command window. What is the output of y, just like in the previous command, but it will appear on the workspace 1, 2, 3. So if you write this semicolon in the last line, in the last of the line of your MATLAB, then it will basically will not give you the answer on the command window, and but it will give you answer on the workspace. So we can use this to do more work on the command window. And also you can write here, just like if I write x is equal to t is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And if I use percent, the meaning of this, this is some kind of comment, value of variable t. So you can write in to write the percentage, and after this, whatever you will write, it is your comment on this line. And if you will not write this thing, then it will treat it as a command. So for the comment, you can write this. So now you have x is 1, 2, 3. And if I write z is equal to 2, 1, 0, z is this. Now if I write a is equal to x plus z, x is also capital. So it will add these two, x and z. So you will get 3, 3, 3. So all element correspondingly added. Now if just like suppose if there is one row vector and one column vector, and you are going to add, because you add the vectors of same size. If there is column vector 1, 2, 3, this vector 1 is to 3, and other is 1, 2, 3, this vector of 3 is to 1. So they are not of same size. So you cannot add these. just like you have x, and if I write t is equal to y is equal to 1, 2, 3, and if I write b is equal to x plus y, y is 2 times again. X is equal to 1, 2, 3, and y is equal to 1. It is going to add y in x. It is 3 is to 1. Yes. Wait a minute. Why it is going to add? Okay, I will check this thing. Now you can multiply or divide the elements of same sized vector of two same sized vector in terms of the array operator. So here, if I will apply this thing into dot and multiplication, then you will get a and x, x and z. So x is here 1, 2, 3, and z is 2, 1, 0. So if you will apply, this is x, this is z, x dot z. So what it will be? It will multiply elements, corresponding elements, 2, 2, 0. And so just check this. X is 1, 2, 3. And Z is 2, 1, 0. Now, if I write A is equal to X into Z, it will give you 2, 2, 3. Now, if I write B is equal to X into Z simply, I'm not going to write here dot. So the answer will be error, because the reason is you have written 1, 2, 3, and you are going to multiply 2, 1, 0. This is 1 is to 3. This is 1 is to 3. So these elements, the first and the last and first, they are not going to match. So multiplication is not possible. You know, if it is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, this is 1 is to 3 and this 3 is to 1. So these are matched here. So you can multiply these. At this stage, they are multiplied. But so matrix size is very important here. in multiplication. Now, creating a vector with constant spacing by specifying the first and the last element and the number of terms means you can generate your you can say your vector or your matrix by on your own. How can you generate? If you are going to give the first number and the last number and the number of terms you want, how many terms you want. Just like if I write line space command, line space. Here, the first element is 0, the last element is 10, and the number of terms should be there 5. So it will divide 0 to 10 elements into 5 equal spaced. It will automatically generate 5 terms: 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10. If you are going to write here 10, the number of terms, so it will also give you the 10 terms, 15 terms, how many terms you want in between two numbers. Just like if I write x is equal to line space, and in the line space, if I write in the term, what was there, 0, 10, 5, 0, 10, 5. Oh, ये क्या हो? L line space command क्या है? LINSPACE. So it will give you 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. And if you will write here in between, if I write 20 terms, I need 20 terms in between 0 to 10. So these are the numbers. So the first number, last number, and the number of terms in between, and they are equally spaced. So you can generate your row vector or matrix using line space command. Here, the another is you can also write x is equal to, use a bracket or without bracket. It is not need. So if I write the first term, the space. So here in the previous, you have not defined the space, you have defined the number of terms you need, and the space between these, it will decide automatically with the given number of terms. But here you can also give the space. If you, this is the first term and this is the last term, here first and last are together, but here the first term, the last term, and in between the space you want, how much space you want, and you can use in this space this type of column, and you can see this is 1 and 13 and space in between 2. So 1 and space 2 is 3 to 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. So you can define space by on your own using this, and you can also use the simply 1 is to 2 is to 13, first term, last term, and the space. So bracket is also not important in that case. Y is equal to, if I write 1, 2, 13, then you will get these, or 1, 1, 2, 13. You can also get this. And if you write t is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 13 and use this semicolon last, then it will appear in this workspace, but answer will not appear in the command window. So now trigonometrical function, sine, cos, you can use the elementary mathematical function sqrt, exp, log, as I told you. Just like y is equal to sine x, x you have defined previously. If x is just like 1, 2, 3. So for x, 1, it will give you different value. So in y, you will have the matrix again for different value of x. So you will get a vector of vector x, and z is equal to square root x into y. So square root of this and then into y. So elements of these correspondingly multiplied. If you write and don't write this dot, then matrix error will be there because of mismatch of the dimension. So you have to put this dot to multiply the corresponding elements. And so here, the equation, the straight line equation, y is equal to mx plus c. M and c are constant, and m is the tangential, or the given value of m is 0.5, and c the intercept on x-axis. So it is c is equal to -2, and x is given. So you have to write the equation of y. X is given, m is given, and c is also given. So first of all, what you will do, you will define x. This is given x 0, 1.53, and all these. So first of all, you have to make the matrix or vector of this. Then in next line, you will write y is equal to m.5 into x minus 2. Just like, so this mathematics can be solved. Just like if I write x is equal to 0, 1.5, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So this is x. I have used because I don't want to answer on the command window of this. And now y is equal to m 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 into x minus 2. So you can see the answer. So for different value of x, the answer, just like for 0, x is 0, you will get only minus 2. So you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements on x. So 8 elements should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can generate using this. Now multiply, divide, and exponentially vector. So if create a vector t with 10 elements. So first of all, you create a vector t of 10 elements, 1, 2, 3 to 10. You can easily create. Then x is equal to 2 t sine t, or y is equal to t minus 1 by t plus 1, and z is equal to sine t square by t square. So 1 is to 10, you can generate using simply type 1 space 2 space 3 4 5 6. This is simple. And you can also generate using line space, or you can also generate using like this, as I told you. If I write here t, you have to generate t from 1 to 10, from 1 to 10. If you are going to give the space between, it will be it should be 1, because you have to generate 10, only 10 elements. If you are not going to give, just like if I give 1, means first element is 1 and last element is 10 and space is 1. And this one is understood by the MATLAB. If you are not going to write 1, 2 or 3 or 5, you have to write, but 1 is understood. So I write, so I have specified t. You can check this. T is 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Now the first question is x is equal to t sine t. So x is equal to t. This t, this you can say matrix or vector should be multiplied with the sine t. Sine t is again a vector, because for different value of t you will get this sine t. So to multiply each every column t for one value of t, and for the same value, just like t is equal to 1, so 1 into sine 1, 2 into sine 2, so every element are going to multiply. So you have to write dot into sine t. So you will get your answer. If you write here this thing, you will not get, because dimension will not match. You are going to multiply two vector, 1 is to 10 and 1 is to 10. So it is not possible to multiply two matrix of different size. Okay, are you getting or not? Hello, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So y is t minus 1 by t plus 1, and z is sine t square by t square. So next is y is equal to t minus 1, t minus 1. This is one thing, divided by t plus 1. Now you can see the difference, clear difference in these two commands. If I write t minus 1 divided by t plus 1, so it is only one value. And if I write t minus 1 divided by t plus 1 with dot, this will give you the vector. Because in this case, what you are getting here, you are dividing each term. There are two matrices, t and sine t. So every element of t correspondingly t minus 1, there are two matrices, t minus 1 and t plus 1 here. This is t minus 1 and t plus 1. So all the vector of t minus 1 is simply means all elements, individual elements of t minus 1 divided by correspondingly elements of t plus 1. So the first element of t minus 1 is divided by the first element of t plus 1. Second element divided by second element. So that's why this is this thing. And here the t minus 1 total value of matrix, it is divided by the total value. So you will get only one value here. So be careful about putting dot where it should be or not should be there. And another, yes,
So total value कैसे?
total value matrix जो आपकी ये होती है क्या बोलते हैं इसको, वेक्टर, उसकी टोटल वैल्यू मैग्नीट्यूड बोल सकते हैं आप, जैसे वेक्टर होता है ना, वेक्टर का सिंपली मैग्नीट्यूड, हाँ, तो वो आप कैलकुलेट करोगे तो आ जाएगा आपका. नेक्स्ट वाज z sin t square by, so sin z is equal to sin t square dot, that's why I want to square of each element of t, sin t square divide by every element of this divide by t square. This will be the answer.
So like जैसे अगर हम डिवाइड में डॉट ऑपरेटर मिस कर देते हैं,
हाँ,
तो वो डिटर्मिनेंट्स की डिवीजन कर देता है.
नहीं, actually it will divide the whole matrix, just like you are having a matrix and dividing by some constant, so it will treat as a constant, not a every element. So here the matrix is divided by 2 or every element divided by 2, there is much difference. Just like
तो फिर मल्टीप्लिकेशन के लिए भी ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता?
this thing, this will give you error, because multiplication, as I told you, in multiplication, just like 1 2 3 and 1 2 3, you know this thing, this is 1:3 and this is 1:3, these two are not going to match. So multiplication is not possible if I write this is x and this is y. So x multiply y, it is not possible. But if I write x dot y, the meaning is every element multiplied. 1 multiply by 1, 2 multiply by 2, 3 multiply by 3. So it will give you, because you know this thing, if you have given a value just like x some variable x, just like if you are going to sketch a signal like this sine t. This is value of t here for different value of t, and this is curve for sine t. For example, if I take t 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10, or you can say uh, yeah 1 is to 10. So I have taken a vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. So 1 is to 10. Now sine t, what it is? Sine t is basically for each value of t, there should be some value. So there will be 1 is to 10 value. Now if I multiply t sine t, this means I am going to multiply t with this sine t. This means 1 is to 10 going to multiply 1 is to 10, but it is not possible. So this is not possible. It will give you error. But if you write t is to sine t, in MATLAB, it will give you the answer every element. Now it is going to multiply element by element, not matrix by matrix.
तो
So
यहाँ पे dot नहीं आएगा.
yes, dot. Oh, sorry. So here simple multiplication. Here this is dot. So in MATLAB, element to element, element by element multiplication is there. And in that case, the matrix multiplication, and it is not possible, as you know. Okay. So in MATLAB, this dot is very useful. Any question? Yes. Hello.
तो जैसे ये x and y है,
Hmm.
इनके लिए x स्टार y तो पॉसिबल नहीं होगा.
Hmm.
x डॉट स्टार y पॉसिबल होगा, x डॉट स्लैश y भी पॉसिबल होगा, x स्लैश y भी.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, actually क्या है, I am telling you, if you simultaneously try on the MATLAB, or otherwise you can try by on your own by taking some half an hour after this lab or in evening. You can type, and whenever there is error, try to check why this is error in help window and in some Googles. So you can find appropriate answer. Otherwise, I am telling you in the lab. So I will tell you every small step, basic steps, and I will mm, uh, not skip anything, and the basic because basic is very important. If you know the basic, you can design your code further. If you don't know the basic, then it will be very tricky or very complicated for you. So just try on your MATLAB, type different commands, and check what is the answer. And if the answer is not there, error is there, find out why it is error. If you cannot find, then tell me, I can also solve this thing. Okay. Hello, any question?
Yes. सर इसी के लिए क्या आप बता सकते हो कि x स्लैश y की वैल्यू क्या होगी?
What you want to take? X is equal to
So same 1 2 3 and y भी 1 2
1
3.
2 3. Y is equal to 1 2 3. Okay, if you write A is equal to X by Y, and if you write X Y, this is got it.
तो फिर जो ये x by y है ये क्या
Because
है?
yeah, as I told you, ये टोटल वेक्टर्स की कैलकुलेशन करके दूसरे वेक्टर से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा है. सिंपल वेक्टर, आप सिंपल वेक्टर की प्लस माइनस नहीं कर सकते ना, यू नो दिस थिंग. वेक्टर
Yes.
का मैग्नीट्यूड निकाल के you cannot do anything with the vector. You can do as you have exercised in the mathematics. You cannot do anything of the vector. You have to first of all remove the sign of the that vector, means you have to change in the scale. So scalar form, you have to find out the value of this some variable x in vector x of this vector x and y, then divide these. So if you are going to solve, you will get only one element, one answer after solving. So one answer of x divided by one answer of y, so answer will be 1. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
here there is no answer of x or y. There is element of x divided by elements of y correspondingly. Is this
Okay. Okay, sir.
okay? So I think this is end of today's lab, and we will discuss more in the next lab and find and try and find some more problems, how to write in MATLAB and all these things. Okay, got it? And is there CR or GR in this lab? Hello, anyone is there? Okay, who one is speaking?
The GR is not present right
Oh,
now.
okay, okay, no problem. So Rajni,
Yes, sir.
uh, please send me your email ID or email ID of 3 or more peoples, and also send me the email ID of GR,
Okay, sir.
so that I can send some important things
So
in.
can you share your Gmail ID?
So my Gmail ID is on your screen, and the contact number also. So, and also tell the GR that I will require the list of your group, list of students. Okay, means name and roll number. If possible, email ID, because email, if I am having email ID, I can send any data, any PDF, any PPT to everyone. Okay, so please uh, ensure that GR will collect all these information. Please send your name, mobile number, and the mail ID to the GR. And the GR, after compiling these in one format, he will send to me so that we can easily communicate. Okay, got it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now thank you for all for listening in this lab. Okay, now you can go.